Hey guys, it's 5:40 in the morning. We just filled up our gas tank and we're leaving Atlanta, heading to Florida to look at how many boats?
Today 3, tomorrow, it depends how today goes, I guess. All right, we're pulling into St. Augustine now. This is our first stop, first boat we're looking at. It is a, what is it? A 36 Cabo Rico catch.
Yes.
And we'll see how it goes. We just finished looking at boat 1 in St. Augustine, that Cabo Rico 36. It was a catch. Nice boat. Tank of a boat, but unfortunately had a lot of core damage. We would have taken video, but the guy's currently living on the boat, and it just felt like kind of an intrusion, honestly, to record his home.
I thought it was a good boat, the bones of it, but again, it had some core on it that could be much worse than it seemed, and it seemed pretty bad.
That is rotten to the core.
The guy was super nice. He was Irish.
Really nice guy, but we can't buy his boat because he's a good guy.
If anyone out there is in the market for a project boat and is willing to drive to St. Augustine, then he might be your guy.
We're headed to Fort Lauderdale for our next stop. Definitely an Irwin, maybe a Catalina. We'll see. Stay tuned. Okay, so boat number 2 didn't end up being in Fort Lauderdale. It ended up being in the Jensen Beach area. We're pulling up on it now, and we're looking at a Catalina 38 SNS model. Again, they lived aboard, and I just felt awkward about filming, so no footage on the Catalina, but it was a nice boat. It was an interesting experience, that's for sure. They were nice people, but it was on a mooring, so we had to get on their dinghy and go out there, and I don't know, just my spidey senses were tingling about that. I felt like we were never going to make it back to shore. Luckily, they ended up being totally lovely, but could have been bad. We could have been hacked to death out there, never to be seen again. Now we are on our way to the last boat of the night in Fort Lauderdale. It's an Irwin 39.9. We'll see. We're pretty tired. It's about 7 o'clock. We've been in the car since like 5:30.
It's been a mammoth of a day.
Yeah. We're gonna leave Lauderdale and go back up to Jonathan Dickinson State Park, where our campsite is for the night. No, we don't have a tent. We're sleeping right back there.
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, with both dogs. We might not be getting much sleep, but we're pretty exhausted, so I have a feeling it won't be that bad. It was, in fact, that bad. But for now, just let me keep on living in dreamland. We're gonna actually try to get footage this time of the boat that we're looking at, so...
Are we?
Yes! This time, I'm for real. The last 2 were liveaboards. I felt awkward pulling my phone out and recording the space that they live in, so... We're gonna actually try to get footage, then we're gonna drive back to our campsite, start a little fire, have a beer, unwind a little bit, and then get some sleep. So, stay tuned.
Awesome. The other boat.
Okay, so we just left the home of the guy who's selling the Irwin. We just saw the Irwin. We're a little bit blown away. It's beautiful. It's pretty much exactly what we're looking for, except for it doesn't have the solar or any of the electronics that we would need.
Right. The only negative about it is that it's a clean slate as far as electronics go. It's safe to say that we feel good about that one, and
for sure,
that one could possibly be the one. We still have to look at the O'Day 37 tomorrow.
Our hearts are open for the O'Day because that's been our baby from the start. We've had our eyes on that one.
Thinking about that one, and that one is already outfitted with a lot of things. Depending on how much we like the O'Day, it might be a hard decision. So I like
his
it.
slip is amazing. We could live aboard on the boat. It has laundry, shower. We're right, like almost in Miami, like kind of between Fort Lauderdale and Miami, and it's only $850 a month, which is kind of outrageous.
Which is a really good price, I think, for that.
For this area, so I don't know. It just to me, it feels like the stars are aligning. But
yeah, I'm happy about it too.
I'm gonna keep an open mind. Left our last boat of the trip. It was an O'Day 37. That was the first boat that we felt strongly about looking at. The main reason we started scheduling this trip. Thoughts? What do you think?
You go first.
Okay. I don't think anything is going to compare to the Irwin, honestly.
See, I knew you were gonna say.
I just feel better about that situation. We already have a slip ready to go that has Wi-Fi, power, showers, laundry, everything that we would need. Yeah, so I guess we have some thinking to do, some talking to do, and then we'll just reach out to the people and see what they're willing to accept. I think we're going to call the guy with the Irwin shortly here and just see, tell them where we're starting from and maybe start a conversation about it, and just see what's happening again. Okay, so about last night. Last night, the plan was to sleep in the car at a campsite. I got a campsite at Jonathan Dickinson State Park. The plan was to sleep in the car on this campsite. In that I have a pretty spacious aft cabin here. My car, the seats fold all the way down. We got a little fan that you pour water into. It's supposed to blow out conditioned air from Walmart. That didn't work. So we were like, let's just leave the car on for a minute and get it nice and cool in here, and then we'll turn it off and it'll be great. That didn't work. The second we turned the car off, it became super hot again. Our dogs, within 5 seconds, we couldn't open the windows because there were bugs everywhere, and the dogs were freaking out, like barking at and it wasn't it. We couldn't do it. We couldn't hang, quite frankly. So we left and we went to a Quality Inn. Not a very nice place, and we paid way too much for that room, but at least we got some sleep, which we wouldn't have gotten if we stayed in that campsite. So interesting night.
It's been an adventure.
It has been an adventure
down here in Florida. So
long day yesterday, another long day today, but we should get home around 8 p.m. tonight.
One week later.
So we just finished packing the car. We're about to put the dogs in, and we tried our best to make room, as much room as we possibly can, but this is what we're working with. Disregard that camouflage bow case. We're selling that on the way, about an hour away. Needless to say, it's not going to be the most comfortable of rides, but we'll make it. So we're outside the Wells Fargo in Boca Raton in South Florida, about to withdraw the bank check to purchase our Irwin 39.9. Are you excited?
Very. I'm excited.
Here we go.
To be on the boat.
We're about to be boat owners.
Woo! Talk about how we're motherfucking boat owners.
Wow. So we made it onto the boat.
We're boat owners!
This is our little first mates here. They're warming up to it quite nicely. We got some air conditioning on, so it's not as hot. What do you think, Beanie? Yeah, he was happy.
Already broke something. As I worked to get unpacked and start making the boat feel more homey, John decided it was a good time to break in the new snorkel gear. He quickly realized the visibility in this canal was not going to be clear enough to clean the hull in, so this adventure was pretty short-lived. And after a long day, we were finally settled and decided it was time to celebrate the day's accomplishments. Obviously, we're boat owners, fresh today, but we got some other news.
Yeah, I got a job. I had 2 job interviews in one day today, one of them at 7:45 this evening, and serendipitously got a remote position that I've been wanting to get for the past 2 weeks. And yeah, so we're gonna celebrate me getting a remote job and on the same day us becoming boat owners. So crazy. But anyway, without further ado, the dogs are in the background playing with each other, by the way, if you hear that.
Only the best. As you can see.
We got that Andre.
Do you want to do the honors?
No, you got it, babe.
As we settled into our first night on the boat, it really started to sink in. Good, bad, or ugly, this was going to be an adventure, and we couldn't wait to get started. If you made it this far, hopefully you enjoyed the video. We're going to need all the help we can get on this journey, including yours. If you want to help support us on this adventure and help us keep making videos like these, check out our Patreon. The link's in the description. And if you want to follow along with us, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Join us next week to witness us earn the Diesel Mechanics achievement. little baby.